Hi guys, welcome to the channel. My name's Rich and this is Savage Supercars. Today's video is a little bit different. We're going to talk about the most recent TV series of Top Gear. Now, like all of you, I'm sure, I'm a huge Top Gear fan, always have been, right back from the very beginning. And when all the hype and concerns over when Jeremy was fired and then Richard and James left and what was going to happen with the show, I still watched it. I was still a religious watcher of the show as an entertaining show. I mean, I will watch anything with a car in it. I'm quite sad, really, but the show itself always had a huge following, and I know there was a lot of concerns. Chris Evans didn't work out, etc. Matt LeBlanc, who I personally didn't want as a presenter, turned out to be really good. But Chris Harris is somebody that I've always followed, always respected, and always had a lot of time for. The guy is a phenomenal journalist, but even bigger than that, he knows his stuff. Put him in front of a car. What he can do with a car is just ridiculous. He's an unbelievable car driving, racing car driving god. He really is. He's just unbelievable. So I was really pleased when he got appointed at Top Gear, and I was a little bit concerned season 27 when you had Paddy and Freddie coming along, because I knew they had a friendship before, and I was a bit concerned that it wouldn't work, but I was wrong, and I'm really glad that I was wrong, because this new series has been absolutely brilliant. And season 29 has just finished on the telly, and it's just been amazing. I think there's only 5 episodes, which is a bit of a shame, but I understand they filmed it during lockdown on COVID. So it's been a challenging year, but what an amazing series. You know, every episode was fantastic. My wife, who isn't a huge fan, was laughing hysterically at some of the stuff they did. And what a great series. I haven't seen the ratings yet for the complete series, but I know episode 1 and episode 2, the ratings were huge, which is brilliant for BBC. First time it was on BBC One, but also brilliant for the guys, because I do think it's a fantastic show. It's a massive entertaining show. It's really important to keep it going. You know, we need to keep it going. There was rumour a couple of years ago they were going to end it and there'd be no more Top Gear, and that just, for my generation of people and for petrol heads like yourselves, it'd just be wrong. Top Gear has a place on the BBC and I absolutely love it. So season 29, I think, was probably one of the best ones, and I just want to talk about some of the highlights. Get you guys to direct message or comment below. You know, tell me what you think or what you thought were certain episodes were funnier than others. With episode 1 with the company cars. Now, as I've mentioned in previous videos, I drive a company vehicle. I've been a fleet manager, so company cars are very important. And the company car episode 1 with the EV, so you had the BMW, you had the Tesla, and you had the Volvo EV models, were just hysterical. It was just so funny to watch 24 hours living in a company car and how they were going to cope with it, and just absolutely brilliant. It just really was brilliant. Out of the 3 cars, personally, I like the idea of the Tesla. I really do get it, and I think Tesla is definitely the way forward when it comes to EV vehicles. But I live on a little island off of the mainland in the UK, and I think we have 2 charging points. So unless I had a charging point at my house at this moment in time, something that's solely electrical isn't going to work for me. And some days I do 300-400 miles. You know, I've been to Wigan and back, which is nearly 600-mile round trip. So that would be no good. I wouldn't be able to use that. I love the BMW, and we've actually got a couple of 330Es, the old shape, on our fleet. I think the new 3 Series is good looking. The 330e is amazing, and I think out of the 3, although the Volvo was good, I think the BMW would probably be my personal choice. But I do like the Tesla. I love what it brings to the table, and who knows, I think Tesla will be on the channel at some point in the future. I think it'll be part of my working career as part of Tesla, but it's the range roulette, I call it, would concern me. I'd be coming home from a long day worried if I've got enough range to get me to the charging point or to get me here. So I think that would play in the background, but I think the Tesla's a good looking car. I think you get the long range performance pack with the ludicrous mode. It's ridiculous. I've seen all the videos against the M3, M4, and it's just unbelievable car. But I do like the BMW 330e, and I think personally that would be my choice. But what a great episode about company cars. But also on that episode, Chris had the advantage of driving a Ferrari SF90, which is just unbelievable. What an amazing car. I mean, beautiful to look at. Aesthetically, it's amazing. 400 grand. So it's not the dearest Ferrari out there. Some of the classics are worth a lot more than that. LaFerrari still going for well over $1 million. But it's 1,000 brake horsepower. So you get a 4-litre twin turbo engine with 3 electrical motors and generating 1,000 brake horsepower between them. 0 to 60 in 2.5 seconds. A 0 to 130 in 7 seconds. Well, just think about that for a second. So 0 to 130 in 7 seconds. It's crazy. 211 mile an hour top speed and looks amazing, and it's a Ferrari, so who wouldn't want that? What an amazing car. And Chris did a great job reviewing it, as he always does. Some of the other highlights on the show. So episode 2 was when you had the Ferrari F40, the truly holy grail of hypercars from back in the day, the Jaguar XJ220, and obviously the Lamborghini Diablo, which unfortunately Paddy had an accident. We've lost control with it, and most probably wrote it off, to be honest with you. I know they kind of skated over and covered what it was, but I would probably anticipate the Diablo was written off, to be fair, and no fault really of Paddy's. He just put his foot down a little bit, and Lamborghini of those eras, you know, they were always going to kill you. A real shame. The guy that gave them the car, donated the car, I'm sure the insurance has settled out, but he must be a little bit gutty because I'm sure that was his dream car. I mean, amazing car. The Ferrari F40 is just the holy grail of hypercars, in my opinion. I think it's just the ultimate car. And I watch the prices on auction, and sometimes they're fetching £1 million, and sometimes they're not. And you just think it's such a car, such an amazing car for the money. The XJ220 was brilliant, and I think Flintoff did amazing. You know, over 200 mile an hour he got on the track, and that was absolutely fantastic. So really good. Some of the other highlights. So the Grand Touring episode, where you had the Bentley versus the McLaren versus the Aston DBX. I'm a huge Aston fan. You all know that. I've never kept that secret. I'm a huge Aston Martin fan. And had it have been a DB11 or a DBS Superleggero, that would have been the way I would have gone. The DBX, no. I think for me, although there wasn't a bad car there, and I think even at the end of the show, they all said the same thing, there wasn't a bad car there. I think the Bentley, for me, the Bentley Silver Spur is just a Flying Spur, sorry. The Bentley Flying Spur is just absolutely a beautiful car, and does everything you want it to do. It's fast, epically fast, comfortable, quiet. The build quality of the car was just another level. Yeah, for me, I think the Bentley would be my choice. But there wasn't a bad car there. I mean, the McLaren, I do have a soft spot for McLarens. I know everybody questions the reliability, and they you know, the depreciation is scary. How much these cars lose money. You know, the 720S is just such a bargain at the moment for sort of 130, 140. You get a 720S that was £250,000, but yeah, I think for me, the Bentley would be the car I would go with that on that specific episode. But again, another great episode. Lots of fun, lots of entertaining, taking the mick out of each other without being too extreme. Just a really good show. Obviously, you had the Wall of Death episode. I don't know if I could do that. My Cordeep said to me, we spoke about it afterwards, me and Cordeep, and was like, I don't know. I'd like to have a go. I'd love to be a passenger. I don't know if I'd have the talent and the courage to do it, actually driving myself. But I'd definitely like to have a go as a passenger. I think that would be amazing. What a great... And the guys all did it, which was great. And then the last episode, which is the season finale, with this super extreme ice cream truck, Mr. Nippy. Yeah, just so funny, guys. Just absolutely so funny. Don't think I'd have the sausage in the ice cream, the mashed potato, personally, but I'd have a 99 with a flake every day. It was what a great truck, and again, another really good episode. Lots of fun, entertaining. Sunday night on BBC One, which is brilliant. So I don't know if they're going to do a Christmas special, maybe not. They didn't mention it. Hopefully there is a Christmas special, but if there isn't, new series early next year, probably kind of end of February, beginning of March, hopefully. But keep up the good work, guys. If you get to watch this, you know, I wish they did. But yeah, just a great show. They're really, the camaraderie now is bouncing off each other. I would say it was as good as the good days when you had Jeremy, James and Richard bouncing off each other. I think the camaraderie is there. Chris Harris, to me, is the hero. I know that Paddy's the front man, but I think Chris Harris is just so knowledgeable, so talented, such a great journalistic guy, and what he can't do with a car isn't worth knowing, to be honest. He's just a great guy. So yeah, new season 29 of Top Gear for me was absolutely brilliant, and I really hope the whole series got the ratings they deserve. Excuse me. I really hope they got it, because it was just absolutely brilliant. Now, while we're talking about Top Gear, so I also subscribe to the Top Gear magazine. I have done for well over 20 years now. I'm a huge Top Gear fan. I'm a huge Featherhead, like I'm sure most of you are. So I'm sure you're all in the same boat and you've all done this. But this week's or this month's episode of Top Gear magazine is Speed Week or Speed Month, and it's just absolutely a great edition. You know, there's so much going on, but I just wanted to talk about one part of the magazine video, one part of the Speed Week, which was the supercar test. So the ultimate supercar test. Chris Harris was part of this, which is great, but there's other journalists there, and these 4 cars of the ultimate supercar test was absolutely the collection. Again, a bit like the previous we've mentioned about not having a bad car there. I don't think there's a bad car here at all. So you had the McLaren 765 LT, which was my choice of track day supercar when we did the Ultimate 3-Car Challenger a few months ago. 765 LT, amazing car. Looks fantastic. I just love that car. You got the new Porsche 911 Turbo S, which is just obscene. I mean, all of the 911 turbos are amazing. The new generation is just another level up, isn't it? You know, you've also got the Ferrari F8 Tributo. A bit of a left field for me. I'm a huge Ferrari fan, but I wasn't a Tributo fan, but looks amazing and the stats are fantastic. And then the final car was the Lamborghini Huracan, the Evo, the rear-wheel drive version, which, again, I've done a video on the rear-wheel drive versus the four-wheel drive. And I think the rear-wheel drive just shows an amazing value for money. Against the four-wheel drive. A lot of fun, the real rawness. So Lamborghini at its best with Audi support at its best, I think, is the car there. So the 4 cars had this back-to-back ultimate supercar chest challenge, which was brilliant. And I will tell you that if you haven't read the magazine, spoiler alert, I will tell you the results at the end of it. But it was quite interesting. So when you look at the stats, so the McLaren, £280,000 with 755 brake horsepower and 590 foot-pound of torque, which is absolutely ridiculous, you know, 765 brake horsepower, which is crazy. A 0 to 60 in 2.8 seconds and a top speed of 205 mile an hour. But the looks, I think it looks like he's doing 200 mile an hour standing still. So I have a 765. I've always had a bit of a soft spot for it. Desperately want to try and get a drive of one on the channel. So if anybody from McLaren is watching and they want to give a new channel a chance, give us a shout out. We would love to do a review on the 765. We'd love to do a review on any of the McLarens, but the 765 is a bit special. And then we look at the new 911 Turbo S, which, yeah, I mean, this is amazing. It's 155 grand, so quite a considerable amount of money cheaper than the McLaren, to be fair. 3.7 twin turbo, flat 6, 641 brake, 590 foot-pound of torque, 0 to 16 2.7 seconds and 205 mile an hour from a 911 that is going to be reliable. It's going to be something you can drive every single day. Still looks fantastic. Even to this day, you can still see the history of where the 911 came from and the shape. Yes, it's had facelifts and its tweaks, but it still has the iconic shape and look of it. The 911 Turbo S is just ridiculous. It's an amazing car. And then we had the Ferrari F8 Tributo, 203 grand. So, you know, not bad for a Ferrari, to be fair, price-wise. 3.9 twin turbo, 710 brake horsepower, and 568 foot-pound of torque. So the torque's down quite a bit. Although the brake horsepower's up, it's 710 against the Porsche 641, but the torque is down a little bit. 0 to 16 2.9 seconds, 211 mile an hour top speed. So, but it's beautiful. He's absolutely beautiful looking car, I must admit. So, you know, I get it. I get why it was there. And then the last car is the Lamborghini Huracan Evo, the rear wheel drive rather than the four wheel drive. So this is 159 grand, 5.2 litre V10. 602 brake horsepower, 413 foot-pound of torque. So the torque is really down compared to some of the others. You know, the brake horsepower is there, but the torque is quite a bit down. 0 to 16, 3.3 seconds, top speed of 202 mile an hour. Now, I'll be honest with you guys, there isn't a bad car here. Somebody said to you, your favourite auntie's won the lottery and she buys you any one of those cars as a thank you for being a great nephew or niece or whatever. You're not going to be disappointed. All 4 of these cars are amazing cars. But, you know, for me, it'd be a difficult one. I love the Lamborghini. I absolutely love the Lamborghini. I think the Huracan is the rear-wheel drive is just amazing to drive and has everything you want it to have. It has that Lamborghini raw Italian flair, but with the German engineering from Audi. I just think it's a tick box exercise all day long, and it looks ridiculous. You go and pick up, you know, your child or a friend's kid or a relative from school in a Lamborghini Huracan, everybody's going to know about it. They're going to be talking about it forever. It's an amazing car. The Ferrari, I don't think I would have gone for the Ferrari. Although it is amazing, I think I would prefer one of the other cars over the Ferrari, to be fair. There's nothing wrong with the Ferrari at all, but I think I would have just preferred one of the others. The 911 Turbo S is an amazing car, and Tom at TG has got one at the moment. I've got a black one, and it's just beautiful. It's just a stunning car that does everything you want it to do. And then you've got the McLaren 765 LT, which was my choice. As I said to you earlier, it was my choice in the Ultimate 3-car garage as ultimate track car. The 765 LT, I think, is absolutely an amazing car. For me personally, I think it would be between, it wouldn't be the Ferrari. It would be between the Huracan, the Lamborghini Huracan, the McLaren 765 LT or the Porsche. I think if it was my money, I'd worry about the McLaren hemorrhaging depreciation and questionable reliability. So I would probably go for either the McLaren, the Lamborghini or the 911, and I would probably choose the Lamborghini, I think, ultimately. If it's my ultimate supercar, I probably would say out of three, I would probably go for the I'd go for the Lamborghini Huracan rear-wheel drive. Decision made. Now, Top Gear journalists had a very difficult time deciding, and they actually went for the 911 Turbo S. And in fact, ironically, the 911 Turbo S went on in other categories and became their ultimate speed week car of 2020. And I get it. I totally get it. I know a couple of guys that have got some really nice 911s, and they're just an amazing all-round supercar that you can drive every single day and does everything you want it to do. And I totally get it. But like I say, guys, there isn't a bad car there. You know, I'm probably going to regret it later and go, oh, why didn't I pick the McLaren? Why didn't I have the 765 LT? Because I love the 765 LT. But I think as a supercar that is usable, that it will depreciate, but not as heavily as some of the others. I think the Lamborghini is probably going to be the more day-to-day supercar that I would choose. So that's my choice. But that's in this month's Top Gear magazine on Speed Week, Speed Month. So guys, I hope you've enjoyed today's video. Just a little bit different today. We all love Top Gear. You know, I've got friends of mine that didn't want to watch it when Jeremy and that left. They felt that, you know, it wouldn't be the same. And initially it struggled, and I get it, because the three guys previously done a great job. And I watched those guys on Grand Tour. Don't get me wrong, I still follow them. But Top Gear has always got a big place in my heart, and the new series was brilliant. Chris, Freddie and Paddy are doing an amazing job. Please keep up the good work, guys. I think it's absolutely fantastic. So that being said, guys, I know we're just about to come into another lockdown by the time this video gets launched. So please stay safe. Look after each other. Look after your neighbours and your friends. You know, just take care of everybody. It's going to be a bit more difficult, you know, in the current climate, coming close to winter now. So just look after each other. Thank you for the channel support. We've had a huge influx in subscribers in the last month, which is brilliant. The views are going up massively. You know, it's a new channel, guys. It's really, you know, early days for us, but we love the interaction with you guys, the feedback we're getting. A lot of people wanting their cars on the channel. The S5 that we did up at Telford was brilliant. You know, that video said so much support, and talk of Telford, amazing. So guys, thank you everybody for the support for the channel. We do really appreciate it. It is really important. You know, I want the channel to be successful. I really want to take to the next level, start getting some big cars on the channel, start getting some, you know, press cars to test, get some cars on the channel for us to, you know, tweak and change, get it retuned, rematched, big exhaust, outrageous wraps. You know, we would like to be a British version of DDE. You know, we love DDE over in Canada. We absolutely think Damon and David are brilliant guys, and we love the channel. And I think, you know, that's where we want to be. We want to set our heights of that Savage Supercars could be as big as DDE. That would be amazing if we could. I think it's a long way off. But guys, thank you for the support. Thank you for what you do. Please push the subscribe button if you haven't already. Push the notification button. Put the thumbs up if you like this video. Keep watching Top Gear. Keep supporting the channel. Stay safe, and I promise we'll see you on the way out of this thing, guys. Have a great day. Take care. See you soon. Bye, guys.